All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be getting started shortly. So let's remind our friends who have not yet connected in, so that we can start all together. So let's remind all our downlines to get connected. Let's remind all our downlines to get connected. Let's remind all our downlines to get connected. So if you are here and your downlines are not yet in, let us remind them. Let us remind them. Yeah, once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure that our downlines are connected in. Let's take this time to remind everyone to get connected. You can make a call, you can leave behind a message. Let us do our part. Let us make sure that everyone who is supposed to be part of this meeting, let us make sure that they are part, rather they are connected. We are 12. We are supposed to be very many. So remember, this is our end of year training. So that's why I would love that we should have all our downlines here. And this will also take longer than the usual Zoom. So we would be finishing at we'll be finishing at 8. Yeah, we'll be finishing at 8. So let's make sure that before we get started, we make sure that we get all our downlines here. So feel free, even you can exit the meeting temporarily and you give a call to your downline, tell them just to get connected. At least let's have most of our downlines attend our end of year meeting. I believe it is very, very important for us to to end the year together. So let's see. Inform everyone. Let's inform everyone. Let's leave behind the message. If you are not seeing your upline, if your upline is not yet in, still feel free to remind them. And also, this it is going to be live on YouTube. I've shared the link on one of our groups. So let's make sure that all of us we are here. So those maybe who can easily access YouTube, they can still watch on the YouTube. But the best platform is this one because it is easy to interact with each one of us. So let's see and make sure that each and everyone is here. Let's remind them. Let's remind them. Let's remind everyone. Let's remind everyone to connect. We are still 13. We are still very, very few. I see most of us here. We are in quotes, we are the usual suspects. We are the usual people that attend the meeting. I want to see new names. Those people that don't normally connect. So make sure that you inform your upline, inform your accountability partner, inform your downlines. Let's inform everyone to get connected. Let's inform everyone. Let's share the link several times. Let's make sure that we get everyone here this morning. So let's keep reminding our downlines. We are still very, very few. I want to start when we are at least 20 and above. So, and we've already lost almost 15 minutes. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. All of us, if you know you have a downline, you have a leader, make sure that you inform them to get connected. Yeah, to get connected into our today's training. Let's make sure that everyone gets connected. Let's make sure that everyone gets connected. Yeah, let's make sure that our downlines are in. Let's make sure that our downlines are in. Okay, so as I said that when we reach more than 20, we are going to be getting started. We shall not wait for everyone to connect. And this morning, I want us to connect from where we stopped on Monday. I hope we've had those who have been attending at our offices. I want to congratulate you because that's that last time I told you many reasons why we should make sure that we are part of our physical meetings. So let's make sure that also we are part of this. As I told you, we are going to be striking a balance between the two. But as you know, the earlier the better. Success loves speed. So if I were you and I could utilize all the two uh, platforms, the online and the offline. So this morning, I want to just make a recap of what we looked at last time, and then we shall be winding up this training. Last time, we looked at goal setting, and we looked at what is a goal. We said a goal is the desired result that a person plan and commit to achieve. You plan, you make a plan, and then you commit, you make a commitment. It means a commitment comes with time. You have to put in time to achieve that desired result, because some of us we set the goal, or we plan, but we don't put in the time. And this time I think we should do we should not sugarcoat anything, because if you know any business outside there, any job outside there, anything that pays money, even if it is lottery, by the way, I see sometimes, if you pass those betting places, I've never betted in my life, and I don't think I would ever do it. But whenever I pass by, I see people there, I see people there, meaning still for you to be good at betting, that is lottery. You have to be able to study the trends. That's what I think. I don't think everyone who gets into that still they win. You need to be able to study the trends, because maybe that's why you will see them there reading, or sometimes you are traveling and you sit beside someone, you see them, reading, they have to commit. So even in any other thing, I want to say you need to commit. If it is a job, you have to commit 8 hours a day, Monday to Friday. If it is a business, a traditional business, you have to commit. Maybe those people, they rest on Sunday. Like here in Uganda, our businesses are ever open 24/7, Monday to Monday. So you can see that commitment. So we are saying it is a goal is a desired result that a person plans and commits to achieve. So this morning, I want to remind all of us, if you have a goal, then you need to do what? You need to commit to achieve it. Otherwise, it will just remain um, on paper, it will just remain in words. Then we said you need to establish the goals for building your business. Why are you part of network marketing? Why are you part of Africa Freedom Mentors? There is a great deal of emotion connected to setting goals, because we all have dreams of glorious accomplishments, and we all want to create an impressive legacy. These goals cannot be just about money, although money usually funds a goal. So these goals cannot just be about money, though we need money to get these goals. The goal must be tangible, something that you can touch, something that you can feel. It should be about material accomplishments such as a college funding for a child, a support for a minstrel child, a new home, or the financial freedom of being debt-free. The more emotion that is attached to a goal, the stronger the drive is within an individual to accomplish that goal. So the more the emotion that is attached. So last time I was telling you about the emotion that is attached to the goal. The stronger the drive that is within an individual to accomplish that goal. So how can you have that emotion? Even with our business, how can you have the emotion? The emotion comes when you are part of our training, so that you understand what our business, what our industry, what our profession is all about. The moment you understand that, the drive within will be unstoppable. Why? Some of us, as I normally tell you, that some of us we kuzemba, like we are just beating about the bush. We don't commit. It's because we have not yet understood. There is those of you who have attended, there is a session where I'm always handling challenges about network marketing, and they say that those who are already involved, 80%, they don't even understand the industry they're involved in. Otherwise, they would be very serious. And those who are not part, those ones, they don't understand. Otherwise, they will be part of it. So for you who are already part of it, as we are winding up 2025 and we are starting 2026, we've been together since January. I believe this is the time for you to have that strong drive, and that comes with the emotion. Even when whatever you want to achieve, now let me go to the goals. I was telling you that we need to put it in pictures. We need to see it every time. You need to see, you can, if you want to achieve, if your goal is to drive a car, put it in pictures, see it more often, and that will be the drive within you. If you meet a rejection, your family rejects you because you are doing this business, they mock you. When you look at your car, it will make you forget about all that. Maybe your boss, even your boss can try to terrorize you, to chase you from your job, but when you have a big goal, you go back home, you look at the mansion that you want to get from this business, the drive within will be up. It doesn't mean that personally I don't meet those discouragements. No, I do. I meet those discouragements. I meet the people who mock me. But what keeps me going is what I want to achieve. I've ever told you that one time, part of the family members, they were asking me, because these are people with big jobs, so they wanted to look for me a job. And I asked them a question. I said, now we are in the capital city. This is in all these buildings, I don't know any building. I didn't mention them, but I don't know a building of anyone who comes from our community. And when I told them that, everyone kept quiet. No one has ever asked me to look for the job, because all of them, they have been doing the jobs for over 20 years, for over 10 years, for over 30 years, others for over 40 years. And still, they are not living the life that I would love to live. So the more emotion that is attached to a goal, the stronger the drive within an individual to accomplish that goal. So any goal that you have, put it in form of pictures. If you want to make the money, get a piece of paper, write down and say, in 2026, I'm thankful and I'm grateful to God that I've already made, or I've made, put the amount of the money that you want to make. These daily goals build into life-changing goals. And so what was only dream becomes a reality. You see, the goals that we are talking about, they are just like a dream. But if you can have the action plan, if you can follow the action plan, definitely they're going to turn into a reality. Everyone, regardless of your dream or vacation, establish short-term goals for a day, for a week, and next month. If you are following, I want you to go to the chat section. Go to the chat section. Type for me a day, a week, or like the way it is, a day, a week, a month, or 3 months. Take your time, write that in the chat section. Let us do that in our chat section. If you are following me, as I've told you, go to the chat section, type a day, a week, a month, and 3 months. Okay. A week, a day, a week, a month, or 3 months. Okay. So go to the chat section, type a day, a week, a month, or 3 months. If you are here, because I see the people who have typed these 3, 6, 7 people, now they are 8. A day, a week, or 3 months. If you know you are listening to me, go to the chat section. I will be very sure that you are listening. A day, a week, a month, or 3 months. A day, a week, a day, a week, a month, or 3 months. Okay. So, as we are all still typing, I want to say that the secret to success lies on short-term goals. They don't lie on a long-term goal. The long-term goal, even the middle-term goal, if I show you what I mean there, because a middle-term goal, it means for the next 6 months and the next year. The long-term goal, it can be 3 years. In fact, that is what we call a dream. But the real secret of goal setting is mainly on a day, a week, a month, and the next 3 months. So, because you see, like the way we are winding up the year, I will keep telling you this. You sit down, you start evaluating yourself. Based on the year, you say, oh, I joined this business in January 2025. This is December. What have I achieved? You see, you are counting the whole year, but you are forgetting that what have you been doing every day towards your achievement at the end of December 2025. So that's why I'm saying a day, a week, a month, next 3 months. That's what is very most important in all this topic of goal setting. So that's why I'm encouraging you, with effect from today, get a day planner. What on top of your on what you are doing, what are you doing that contributes to your business? This business. What are you doing in a day? Because some of you have a job. You are going to leave after the training. You go to the job. You'll have some break. I don't know anyone of us who's working 12 hours. Most of us will even work for 5 hours. Even some of us work 3 hours, and we have a lot of time even at work. So what are you doing that contributes to your goal at the end of the year? Now, the good thing is when you have planned a day, a week, a month, when you fail today, you say, today I failed to do my to-do list, tomorrow I will do it. If you fail this week, then you cannot fail the next week. If you fail the other week, then you cannot fail the other week. The whole month you cannot fail. That's why it is good for you to plan for your business every day. Like when you wake up today, say, what do I have to do today towards my goal that I've set for December 2026? Everything rotates about what we are doing on a daily basis. That results into a week and into a month. This process of goal setting also includes personal goals: financial, business, spiritual, materialistic, and personal growth. So you need to make sure that, as you are setting the goals, there should be financial, business, spiritual, material, something tangible, and also personal growth. Set a goal that makes you want to jump out of the bed in the morning. Do you know where this jumping of the bed will come out? Is the emotion that is attached to the goal. You're going to find you get into the bed, you fail to get the sleep because of the emotion that is attached to the what? That is attached to the goal. Set a goal that makes you want to jump out of the bed in the morning. And why do we have to set goals? Number one, it is the major secret to success in business. Number two, your goals will give you the motivation to work. Number three, the goals will give you a direction for business activities. And number four, the goals define expected results. So they're saying that when you set the goal setting is the major secret to success in business. Now, as you read in other places, sometimes they normally say we need to focus on a system, not on goals. Because what normally happens, like now we are getting into a session of goal setting. We focus on, we say by December, I want to be a millionaire, but we forget about the system. What results into you being a millionaire in December 2026 is the system. And what is the system? Every day we have a training. That is part of the system. This training, it contributes on your goal because we are learning on how to do the business. This training, if you take it casually, that means you are missing a point, because you see, it's like when you go to class, maybe let me use like Professor Mary here. If you are in Professor Mary's class and you are not taking things serious, when it comes time for practicals, you'll fail completely. So if you are not taking notes, you are just attending for the sake of attending, at the end of when we are examining you at the end of the term, at the end of the semester, you'll get zeros, you'll get retakes. So the same applies here. If you can attend the training, you take it very, very, very serious. It is part of our system. Now, as I've told you repeatedly, that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we shall be having Zoom meetings. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, we shall be having physical meetings at our offices. For the Team Zambia, that time we'll have a special training for the Google Meet for your Team Zambia, since you don't have an office in the region where most of you are. But assume you are in Lusaka, then you again go to our office on those days. Then we have presentations. On Monday, we have a Zoom presentation. On Tuesday, we have a physical presentation in the morning, rather a physical presentation in the afternoon, and in the evening, we have another Zoom presentation. On Wednesday, we have a training in the morning on Zoom. Today is a Wednesday. Even in the evening, we shall have another Zoom meeting. I'm just showing you our just simple system. On Thursday, we also have a physical presentation at our office. And in the evening, we are going to resume our mentorship program every evening on Thursday. Friday, we have in the morning, we have our training, but in the evening, we shall have a training about our products. And on Saturdays, we shall be having some CISOs, but those ones will be random. We will not be specific. But on Saturdays, again, we are all, we are at office. We are having a physical meeting, a physical training at office. And again, we are preparing for Sunday. Since on Sundays, we always have big events. So I'm trying to give you a system to say, for you to be able to focus on the system is to focus on a day, focus on a week, focus on a month. That automatically puts you into the system. But if your focus is on the goal, you are going to fail. And the writer of that, that gentleman who says focus on systems, not goals, he says, assume 2 teams are in the pitch, but one team they keep telling themselves we are going to win, but they don't do the practice. They get into the pitch, they keep looking at the screens on how the goals are going to change. Definitely they will not win. Look at those of you like football. Look at maybe the best teams like now we have African Cup of Nations. I think we have World Cup. There is Premier. I don't follow, but at least I'm aware that they are there. You get 2 teams, very good teams. Maybe you can get, I don't know which teams I can use in this. Maybe let us use the common ones, the Arsenal and Manchester. They are very, very, very well trained, all of them. They all understand football. But when they get into the pitch, what makes the other team win and another team lose? See, it comes with what? With practice, training. And that's what we are doing right now, to say we need to focus more on the system, of which you setting a goal, a daily goal, a weekly goal, like you keep doing them, you make them your routine. That automatically becomes a system. So we are saying goals give you direction, goals define your expected results, goals will give you the motivation to work. And we are saying that when you set the goal, that is the major secret to success in business. Goals add clarity and focus and purpose to building a business. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible, by Tony Robbins. People with goals succeed because they know where they are going. People with goals succeed because they know where they are going. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. You start with an imagination. You say, I want to put up this, a 10-storied building. It starts in the mind. It is invisible. You are the one who sees it. And then finally, people will see the building starting, the design coming up. If you move around the world, you're going to find some of the designs are unique. Maybe building designs they have never been anywhere. It just comes. It starts with an imagination in the mind, and someone translates it into reality. And I think I was also telling you I was telling you about one of the top leaders in network marketing called Halton Baggs. He said that every day he has 30 minutes of daydreaming. He's looking at the invisible. He's imagining the invisible. Then after that, he goes to work. Now, the challenge that most of us have, we focus on the invisible. We make an imagination. We say, I want to do this, I want to do that. Then you keep focusing on the invisible. When it is time to work, we are not interested. So it is hard to turn the invisible into the visible. Even if you are daydreaming like Halton Baggs, you know you need to do the work. Halton Baggs says, our business is not net sitting, it is networking. Networking. There is a word working. So that gentleman who has 30 minutes of daydreaming, after daydreaming, he goes to work. He goes to work. There is a clip where, he was launching his business and, just in a day like this, he saw maybe more than 100 people plus, just in a day like this. And he got people who are joining right away. People with goals succeed because they know where they are going. Just as we've already seen, goals give a direction. And your goals should be smart. They should be specific. Don't say, I want to buy a car. Which type of car do you want to buy? Go and find out the prices. Go and find out all the details. Be specific about your goal. If you want a house, you need to find out the cost, like the design. If you can get the architecture engineer, he can even break it down for you. He just designs for you the house. That's being specific. Then your goals should be measurable and they should be attainable. Your goals should be attainable. Are you able to achieve your goal? They should be achievable. Don't come and say, I want to, don't put the goals that are unachievable. And for you, in fact, to make sense to you, as I've told you, focus on our system, which you do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, like on what we are doing every day. Our business is not hard. Our business becomes hard when you come and you want to accomplish everything in a day. But if we say every day get to prospects. Every day do this, just to do those small things. A result of it, you are going to be surprised. So set an attainable goal. Don't say, me, in a day, I want to prospect 1,000 people. It will not be possible for you to prospect 1,000 people. But if you say, I want to prospect, I want to start 100 conversations, it is possible, that one. But when you tell yourself, I will every day want to be doing 10,000 conversations or 1 million, you are going to be lying to yourself. Start small, then start with something that is attainable. Do something. Definitely your goal shouldn't be very small, but also your goal shouldn't be, unrealistic. Just as I've told you, you are not earning, and you are saying, this year I want to buy a chopper. You see, you can set that as a long-term goal, but not a short-term goal. Don't say, in 3 months I'm going to be driving, when in the last maybe the last 6 months you've not earned that money. In 3 months you are saying, I want to make 1 billion. You see, that is unrealistic. Then the goal should be time bound. So even if it is a long-term goal, you need to time bound it. When do you want to achieve it? And then when that time elapses, go back and look at what you had set. And don't again condemn yourself. You say, no, I set this goal, I didn't achieve it. someone said that when you want to shoot the moon, when you miss the moon, in most cases you'll hit the star. And if you hit the star instead of the moon, you are not far away. You are not far away. You'll be very close. So your goal should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, it should be realistic, it should be time bound. This time, I want us to make this real, because we have been studying this in class, but we never make it real. So set a specific goal. Say, this year, 2026, I want to achieve this. And your goal, is it measurable? Yes. Is it attainable? Yes. Is it realistic? Yes. Set the time. Then after setting your goal, remember, come and we work. Focus on the system. If there is an event, come through. If there is a training, come through. If there is a presentation at office, come through with guests. If there is a presentation on Zoom, be there with your guests and tell me how it is impossible for you to fail. Now, effective steps to achieve any goal. Remember those who we started together, I told you that today's training will take a bit longer, because I would love that we should finish this. And the reason for just making this recap is a point of emphasis for you not just take the training that we had on Monday just for granted. I want you to make sure that you set the goals for 2026. And then after setting the goals, focus on the system to help you to achieve your goals. So one of the effective ways to achieve any goal is to make a decision. This morning, if you set a goal, I want you to make a decision. It sounds very simple, but it is extremely effective. Decide what you want to run after. I've attended several events with Eric Ore, training events, and he keep emphasizing decision. You see, some of us, we made a decision to join the business, but we haven't made a decision to do the business. I don't know whether you differentiate the two. Joining is one thing, doing the business is another thing. You can pay your money, yes, congratulations, but you need to make a decision to do the business. And when you make a decision to do the business, that's when everything will turn around. You can be coming for the trainings. Yes, it is one of the it is part of our system that is going to help you to achieve the goals. But a system, is a combination of many things. So if you are attending just a training cannot help you to achieve your goals. No, it also contributes, but it contributes a smaller percentage. It will contribute a bigger percentage when what you have learned in the training, you go and apply it. So you need to make a decision. It sounds very simple, but it is extremely effective. Decide what you want to run after. What do you want to run after? Now the question becomes, how far into the future should you set the goal? 5 years, 10 years, how far into the future? I have someone whom I know. He set the goal for 2040. He said, by 2040, I should be among the richest people in Africa, if not in the world. See? So, definitely in our country, he said, I should be the richest man in my country, Uganda. And I should be among the people that are talked about in the whole of Africa. Now, the gentleman went to work. So, remember, those are long-term goals. A result of long-term goals is the middle-term goals, which is 12 months. That is a year. Because if you want to achieve something in 40 years, it means every year will be contributing to what? To those 40 years. If you want to achieve something like the I've already told you, by December 2026, everything you do every month contributes to that. But also, your results in a month are as a result of what you are doing in a week, and a week is a result of what you are doing in a day. So that's why when you miss out a day, when you miss out 2 days, you miss out 3 days, at the end of the day, that's why we feel stuck. But being stuck starts when you miss out a day, you miss out 2 days, you miss out 2 trainings, you miss out 2 events, you miss out 2 presentations. That's how it starts. And if you do something twice, it becomes a habit. If you miss a training twice, now it becomes a habit. And a habit, it is automatic. If something is a habit, even if it is bad, you'll not feel ashamed. You will not criticize yourself for not, doing, because it is already part of you. So if, for example, if you miss a training twice, now it is part of your habit. Next time you'll miss a training, you can even miss a training a week, you'll feel nothing is happening. So this morning also, encouraging all of us to break that to break that bad habit. Okay. So we prefer to plan 12 months in advance and break it up into quarters, categories: business goals, personal goals, health goals, spiritual goals, etc. So you need, after you have planned for 12 months, break it into quarters. So break it into quarters. Maybe that can be 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. So, but the best way is to break it into 3 months. Every 3 months, we should be evaluating ourselves. In fact, those of you who are here, I want us to start a 90-day run. I want us to do a 90-day run. Our first 3 months, I want us to run very, very fast. I want us to do our first 3 months in a different way. So I will be letting you know on when we shall start. But that should be next week. We are going to start a 90-day run. So we shall have a preparation for some days, and then we shall get into a 90-day run. So that our January, February, March, our first quarter, we should be able to realize some of our goals for 2026. So you plan for 12 months in advance, break it into quarters. As I've already told you, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. So after 3 months, you do evaluation. Have I been able to achieve what I wanted to achieve in 3 months? Because those 3 months, they are the ones who are going to contribute to what you have achieved by December. Then also in 2 categories. The categories, that is business goals, that is business goals, personal goals, health goals. Again, health goals. Let me also talk about health goals. As we are part of this business, our main things that we talk about is time freedom, health, better health, and then we talk about, and we also talk about financial freedom. But it is going to be absurd when you are part of us and you are struggling with the non-communicable diseases. So that's my main. I'm saying set a goal this year to be part of the gym, to start jogging. Health has no repair when it has already deteriorated. Use our supplements as you exercise. Monitor your eating habits. Make sure that you have fruits on every meal that you take. Now that you forget about the culture, the so-called culture. For us, we take, like here, we take matoke, or we take nsima or nshima. So you find you are eating nshima, you are eating matoke Monday to Monday. But you need a balanced diet backed up with fruits. And the good thing is that wherever you are, fruits are there and they are very cheap. That way you'll be able to track them better. Write them down. If you have any goals, you need to write them Write them down. Studies show that we are 42% more likely to achieve our goals if we write them down. Putting a pen to a paper is very powerful. So write your goals down. Write your goals down. Make sure that your goals are written down. And self-made millionaire Grant Cardone writes his goals twice a day. You can copy him. I want to be writing my goals in the morning, writing my goals in the evening. Because that is a biggest reminder. Do you see that? So you know that today, my goal for today is to make 100 conversations. So you've written your goals today. In the evening, before you sleep, you again write your goals. Say, today, Thursday, I'm supposed to achieve. Today, Wednesday, I'm supposed to achieve A, B, C, D. So have I achieved A, B, C, D? So it means tomorrow, now you will do better. I want to write my goals down before I go to sleep at night because they're important to me. They are valuable to me. I get to wake up to them again tomorrow. Now, I'm requesting all of us, if we can start this, every day write what you want to achieve, and in the evening write again what you want to achieve. I'm sure we cannot fail to have money for the ink and the paper every day, because that will help you to track what you are supposed to do every day. If every day you are supposed to get 2 prospects, in the evening you say, today these are my goals. Have I achieved? These were my goals. Have I achieved them? So that makes sure that tomorrow, now you work hard to achieve your goals. I want us to make sure that our daily habits, like our daily activities, they should become habits. Like you can do them easily. If it is to prospect 5 people, if it is to send 10 conversation or 100, it should be something very easy to do. Share your goals. Some of us, we like secrets. Say, I want to set my goals. I will not tell them anyone, but let us see, why should you share your goals? If you want to buy a car, you need to share with us. Say, Uplight, I want to buy a car this year. My accountability, I want to buy a car this year. I want to be visiting the gym every Wednesday. So if you don't go there, you have someone who is accountable to you. When you share your goals with your family, friends, your upline, your team, something awesome happens. It is called social accountability. And it has to do with taking ownership of your actions, decisions, and successes. So sometimes when we don't share our goals, they die within us. There is no one who is doing accountability. But if I've shared with you a goal, you'll keep saying, you said you want to do this. Now this is the time. How far have you reached? And even if you've not hit that goal, as I've told you, when your focus is the moon and you miss the moon, you hit the star. Break your goals down. If you want to create a professional level of income, you need to get into the details. You have to break it down into daily activity goals. Add them to your daily to-do list. Get focused on crushing them. That's why you set yourself up for success. Then categorize your goals. We need to categorize our goals into yearly goals, into monthly goals, and into weekly goals. So let us see, what do you want to achieve by the end of 2026 in terms of income, in terms of the rank. As you know, we have new ranks. Do you want to be a 4-star? Do you want to be a 5-star Millionaire Circle member? Do you want to be a 3-star? Do you want to be a 2-star? What do you want to be? Monthly goals, what do you want to achieve again in a month? Now we are starting January. January, what do we want to achieve in January? That's why I've told you in January, in February, in March, we are going to be doing 90 days, massive action, massive activities, So prospecting, presenting. Now, in these 3 months, I don't expect us to have a Zoom presentation where we are 50, where we are 20, not at all. We need to be 200, 300, 500, because even if you are doing your 90 days serious, you need to be having a lot of prospects to see the business. Your weekly goals, how many times would you want to attend the trainings? How many prospects do you want to see in a week? Remember, all this starts with what you are doing on a daily basis. Daily goals, So how many people do you want to invite every day for a presentation? You want to prospect every day. You want to follow up every day. You want to present to every day. How many leaders are you strategizing with every day? This is where the business is. From the start of the training, I told you about a day, a week, a month. So we work backwards. What you do in a day is the result of a week, and that is the result of a month, and that is the result of 3 months. Number 5, show up daily and make progress. Progress creates happiness. It is important for us to have a long-term vision of what we want to create and big goals, but none of it is relevant if we don't show up daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. Only when we show up every single day, focusing on our daily goals, results will follow. So we need to show up daily and make progress. You see, as I've told you, we set big goals, but we don't show up daily. We set big goals, we don't commit. Remember, we said a goal is a desired result a person plans and commits to achieve. So you need to plan, set a goal, but you need to commit. Remember, in our business, we are not saying that you need to commit, 24 hours. If you can get those hours, congratulations. But anytime you allocate to this business, it is very important, even if it is 1 hour, even if it is 2 hours, even if it is 3 hours. Because there are few people who work 8 hours throughout. We report at work, we work 3 hours, 5 hours we are just seated in the office. And you can use those 5 hours to build an empire. Keep going. Rome was not built in a day. And you have to believe that you are going to see results, but it won't happen in an overnight. You see, when we see someone who has achieved the success, we think it has happened in an overnight. We don't see the discouragements. We don't see the mockery they have gone through. We don't see the rejections. We don't see the objections. We don't see, the sleepless nights. What we see is the success. We don't see the sacrifice. You see someone is driving a machine. You don't know what they have done behind the scenes. But now we want to jump also, drive the machine. What I'm telling you, like what we are supposed to do daily, you can get into a session, you become so motivated, but now when it comes to daily activities, sometimes they are boring, but that's where the real thing is. So if you are doing daily activities, You have sleepless nights, you are sacrificing pressure, you 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 are putting in money, you are putting in time, all that. The day you are going to have success, people will think it is an overnight success. And they also say that Rome was not built in a day. At a certain point, you are going to fail. In fact, the more you fail, the more you are destined for success. The many people who are doing very well in business and in any area of life, they will tell you that when you fail, you learn more than when you succeed. And many people who are very, very successful, they have failed very many times. If you look at the richest man in China, he failed very many times. He said one day he even went to KFC to get a job. There were just 24 people. They recruited 23 and they rejected him. But that didn't stop him. He kept moving. Today, he's the richest man in China. So when you, like this year, maybe you have failed. That what makes you fail in our business is when you quit. Now you put in another gear. Now you start afresh. Now you relaunch. When you are knocked down, you only fail when you keep down. When you are knocked down, rise again, rise up again, rise up again, rise up again. One day you are going to rise up again and you'll never see behind. And also God, in most cases, He takes you through the tests so that you are the best version of yourself. Will you be able to handle success? Did you know that also? That if someone is given, I've seen many people who misuse success, who misuse power. Have you ever seen someone who is given power, especially power? Maybe that person is a leader, is given and they misuse power. That's why you see sometimes God has to take you through the steps. He has to make sure that you are groomed so that when you get the power, you don't overuse the power, you don't misuse the power. The same applies to the money. So He knows that if you get money, maybe you're going to become a bad person. You use the money for bad things. And sometimes that's why you have to go through the what? You have to go through the steps. I've met those people, who the so-called lucky people. You find them, they are rich this year. In 5 years to come, they are very broke. So when you are given money, when you are given power, don't misuse the power. But in most cases, that is accidental. In most cases, God prepares you. So sometimes if you are doing this business, maybe you are not realizing the results the way you want them. Maybe God is preparing you to reach at a time when you are going to be able to handle a big team, when you're going to be able to handle criticism, when you're going to be able to handle, mockery, when you're going to be able to handle, disappointments. See, a lot of people in life disappoint. The people you call your friends, you are going to find they are not your friends. The people you counted on, you are going to find. So sometimes it is a process. Once you know your big goal, enroll your team into it, the dream team will get you into the dream life. Celebrate your wins. Whenever you hit your activity goals, find ways to celebrate, whether it is alone, whether with your partner, whether with your kids. You should applaud yourself of how far you have gone. And self-discipline, self-discipline is the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses. You need to develop what? That self-discipline. the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses. So are you able to control your feelings? Are you able to control, are you able to overcome your weaknesses? Self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do things you should do even when you don't want. Maybe you are supposed to wake up at 4. The bed is sweet, but you decide to wake up. That is discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to control yourself and make yourself work hard and behave in a particular way without needing anyone else to tell you what to do. Self-discipline is the ability you have to control and motivate yourself, stay on track, and do what is right. Then, number 9 on how to achieve your goals, among the effective ways to achieve your goals, you need to manage your time. Time management helps us to avoid distractions. How do you use your time? Allocate a good amount of time to achieving your goals. You see, most of us, our business, we don't allocate enough time. See, we don't allocate enough time. If like today, I've told you that we are going to, our training will be going up to 8. Anyway, what I want is for us to finish, even if we don't go up to 8. But you'll find someone somewhere complaining, that maybe the training has overstretched. If you really want to achieve something in this business, it is because we, like those who attended the Eric Corris training, we had 3 days, and I don't know how many hours we are using, but we would start 7 up to 4 a.m. So you can imagine the trainings we had in 3 days. Maybe we are more than the trainings for us. The time we spent in those 3 days were almost more than the time we spent in 3 months, rather in 3 weeks. Yet, just 3 days like this, 7 p.m. up to 4 a.m. in the morning. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So what I'm trying to say is that if your dream is big enough, if your goal is big enough, facts don't count. That's why I'm saying the facts that we are putting around, not allocating time to the training, to coming to office, to do the activities, to inviting, they all don't matter. They are telling us you need to allocate a good amount of time towards achieving your goals. So how much time are you allocating to achieving your what? Your goals. Because as I've told you again, we are saying, I want to achieve my what? I want to be a millionaire by December 2026. But we are not willing to commit. We are not willing to allocate a good amount of time. Even if we are working, I've always told you can work, you're working somewhere, but you know, that little time you get, you maximize it with this business. We all have things that put us in multiple directions. We need to lessen the distractions in our lives that we remain focused. Identify the distractions in your life, eliminate them. Removing the distractions will give you more time to pursue your goals. And note, as you can see, to master goal setting is to get clear on your vision, make your plan, take action, and don't give up. As you can see, to master goal setting, to master goal setting is to get clear on your vision, make your plan, take action, and don't give up. This is the last part of our goal setting, which we should not miss. I request you to take, you can take a cup of tea. You can warm up as we handle the last part of our training. And again, if you are here, you can also let us know so far what have you learned as we have a short break. And after this short break of 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, we shall be getting into creating a game plan. Yes, we have all the goals, but what is the game plan? What is the way forward for us to achieve the goal? So those who are listening, again, I would love that we go to the chat section. Let us go to the chat section. Let us know so far, what have you learned? What are your biggest takeaways this morning? So let us go to the chat section and let us drop our biggest takeaways this morning. And in the next 3 minutes, I'll be coming and we resume as we look at the action plan to achieving our goals. So let us go to the chat section, those who are following, and let us know what have you learned so far. I'll be, we'll be seeing you in the chat section. What have you learned so far? What is your biggest takeaway in the last part that we've covered? Remember, we did this part on Monday, the first part that we have finished. But as we're ending the year, this is I was redoing this to remind you and to let you know that we need to set goals. So let us go to our chat section. And so far, what are your biggest takeaways? Yes, I see. Madame Dorothy is saying that when you set goals, share them with your upline, your family, your friends, so that he or she can be able to remind you after the set period of the plan you made, checking whether you've achieved them or not. Yeah, thank you so much, Madame Dorothy. Then we have Anita. She says plan set goals daily, weekly, monthly, and 3 months activities, attending trainings and commitment. Yes, as we said, our focus should be on the daily goals. That is our system. Our system is focused on the daily goals and the weekly goals mainly, because that's what results into a month, into 3 months, into 6 months, into a year. And Dora says, have your goals, long-term, short-term goals, work on them daily, give yourself timeline. You need to tell your goals to your upline or friends or relatives so that when you fail, they can be reminding you. And keep on working hard, maybe prospecting too daily. Self-discipline by Aina Chanza. Ability to control myself and make myself work hard and overcome weakness even when I don't want to. Put goals on paper, even in pictures. And also my plan should be divided in 2 quarters. Okay, so we should divide our plans in 2 quarters, like 3 months, 3 months, if you are dividing into 3 months, 3 months, that means you are going to revise your goals 5 times, rather 4 times in a what? In a year. And I see, yes, Dora Tambewe said we need to tell our goals to our relatives. We need to have short-term goals, which is the main focus. Pastor Gloria says we need to focus on daily goals, apply self-discipline. Let us keep our goals, what we have learned from this session so far. Let us keep typing. So let us go to the last part of our session, and that is creating a game plan. Create a game plan for yourself, leaders, and the team. So if you know you don't have any person who is a leader, if you know you don't have a team, you are only one, create goals for yourself. Now, yourself, that means your goal should be to have leaders, to have a team. So I want us to start with this one. Now here we are going to be a bit practical. What is your income goal for 2026? Write it down. How much do you want to achieve from this business in 2026? I'm giving you a minute. Those who are in the chat section, we can leave it for a moment. What is your income goal for 2026? I want you to write it down. What is your income goal for 2026? Like, how much money do you want to make in 2026? How much money do you want to make in 2026? So I'll be earning this amount of money, put the amount of money per month by December 2026. I'll be earning. Or you can say, I'm grateful And I'm thankful to God that by December 2026, I've already accumulated, put the amount of money. That is the amount of money you want to make in the whole of 2026. So what is your income goal for 2026? From this business, write it down. Now, double your, it should be 2026, not 2020. Just a minute. So you are going to double your goal. So for example, my goal is to earn 125 millions in 2020 what? In 2026. So that means, what do we do? Now you're going to double the goal. Remember what you had put down? This time you're going to double it. Your income goal, like how much do you want to make? Let me make this one clear again. Write down that amount. I've told you I've written down 125 million Ugandan shillings. So after that, like now you're going to write this. You can write it in two ways. This one is what you want to make per month. If you want, maybe you say by December, this is the limit I should be making per month. But you can also paraphrase this into the accumulative way, like by December, how much do you want to have made from this business accumulatively from January to December? So you can say, I'm grateful and I'm thankful to God that by December 2026, I've already accumulated 125 million Ugandan shillings. I've already accumulated 100 millions Malawi kwacha. I've already accumulated 1 million Zambian kwacha. So you need to, that is the goal, the income goal I'm talking about. Then, after you have set that income goal, now you remember we've set the income goal. You've put the amount of money you want to be making either per month or the amount of money you want to make accumulatively in the year. Now we are going to double that amount. Remember, somewhere we say that you need to set a goal that will make you want to jump out of the bed. So when you write like 125, it is, you can easily achieve it. But now we are saying that money that you've set, the income goal that you've set, multiply by 2. So if it is 125 million like me, it means now it is 250 millions. I will be earning, I'm happy, I'm thankful to grow. I'm grateful and thankful to God that by December 2026, I've already accumulated 250 million from my business, from Africa Freedom Mentors business. See? So, or you can say, I'll be earning, put the doubled amount. How much do you want to be earning per month by December? So if you have set amount that you want to be earning per month, then you also double it. Okay. Let us go to the habits. So the income is very, very important, because I'm sure 99% why we are here, it is because of the income. Let us look at the habits. What habits do you need to change? What habits do you need to change? Action. Create a habit of doing it now. Create a habit of doing it now. Like the way I've told you, we need to do 90 days run. We are going to do it as soon as, after fast. Those who want to be on the run. on 90 days run. Have the action, have the habit of doing it now. Don't procrastinate. Don't say, this one I'm going to do it in the afternoon. If you have thought of something, if if you have your to-do list, start on your to-do list now. Then consistency, action, daily action. Your goals are useless without a consistency system or a consistent system. Your goals are useless without a consistent system. So I've told you, our system is what you are supposed to do on a daily basis. That is where our system lies. Mainly what you are supposed to do on a daily basis. So if you are not doing it, if you are not doing your daily activities, then your goals are what? Are useless. Discipline and focus. You need to have, we've already seen discipline. We are looking on habits. On discipline, how are you going to manage time? Focus, 12 months of laser focus. So you need to set a goal, say, for 2026, I'm doing this business 100% focused. I'm not going to give in to any, I can be at work, but this time I will not miss any training. I will not miss any event. I will not miss any presentation. I will not miss any Zoom presentation. Like 12 months. In fact, if you give yourself 12 months of laser focus, you cannot fail to make the money. Grit, problem solver. In our business, we don't run away from problems. When you see any problem, you should be a problem solver. You should look for the solutions. Customers, how many customers do you want to create in 2026? The way we create our customers is different from, remember there is a group where we are reading in, I think it was one of the trainings where we read about to own your life, where we are saying that our business is about building an organization, not selling. Because they say selling the customers, we are meaning the selling they are talking about is selling to strangers. But you can sell to your neighbors, to your relatives, to your friends. So how many of your relatives, how many of your friends are going to be your customers? You see why we need those customers. For example, like the Silver Executives. See, every month you buy like 6 RPs. Maybe you might not use all the 6 RPs. Did you know that if you have a customer, you can take the 3, you use the 3? If you are taking one capsule per day, since maybe you are not sick. But those customers, I've told you how we identify the customers, our relatives, our friends, and but not just go house by house. You reach in a car, you meet strangers. No, our focus is on building organization. But those people that we know, this is my rich friend. They come for the presentation, but they keep, giving excuses. No problem. Make them your customer, since they don't want to join you. Even our prospects who normally come for the presentation, those are the best people to convert into customers if they fall in love with our products. Recruiting, spend 20% of your time with your existing team. Who is your existing team? The people that are already your downlines. You've seen, we need to spend 20% of our time with our existing team. Love them, but 80% of time and focus should be on getting new blood. 2026, you don't need to spend a lot of time with the people that have already joined you. Because when we are in the training here, we are preparing them to go and start working. So you don't have any business with the people that have already joined you if they are not doing the activities. Because now we are equipping you, so we go outside to work. So now it means if you are to engage them, you'll be disrupting them. So spend 20% of your time with your existing team. Love them, but 80% of your time should be focused on getting new blood. Set a personal recruiting goal. Write down the personal recruiting number that is in alignment with your income goal. Do you remember the income goal that you put? You need to align. You see, the income goal should be corresponding to the recruiting goal. So if you've said, if I've said, for example, I want 250 million, it means in the whole year, I need to recruit more than 100 people, for example. Because with this, when you are doing this, you don't need to focus, even you don't need to wait for your team to accumulate the results. You need to be, whether your team has worked or not, you need to be able to achieve your goal. That's why we are saying spend 80% of your time recruiting. So members who are here, the time of contact that we have is training, like this training, or when we are doing the activities. Short of that, we don't have any other business. Maybe if it is time for bonding, we are having team building, we are going out, but I'm just showing you how you should do, because I will be working, you are working. So that's why we are saying that our time, we shouldn't, because now what we normally do, you find 80% of our time we are spending it on our existing team. But again, the biggest takeaway on this slide is that write down the personal recruit number that is in alignment with your goal. So if you said you want to make 100 millions, or let me say 20 millions Malawi Kwacha, how do you get, because let me assume that how do you get to that? We know that March sales bonus is 60, recruiting is 70, that is 130. So that is, if you have a strong leg, that means you are going to get what? You're going to get 20 million. 20 million divided by 130,000. That means you need over 150 people. For you to achieve that goal of 20 million without anyone on your team doing anything. Because you see, I cannot rely on you because our goals are different. Some of you, maybe you just want to use the product, but my goal is to make a lot of money from the system. So if you are using the product, yes, it is good, but it will not contribute massively to my income goal. So maybe I've recruited you, but your goal is to buy, a small car. So if you recruit a few people and you get your small car, you can stop working. But for me, if my goal is to make 250 million, you can't earn money. So I have to make sure I focus on recruiting. Then I recruit people as I bring them into the what? Into the training system to nurture them, for them to get sponsored. So right now, according to your income goal, I want you to sit down and do the mathematics. How many people do you think you need to recruit? If you don't have a strong leg, that means you need to divide people on the left and right, and then you see how many people you need to recruit for you to get that income goal. That should be your focus. Rank advancement. So what is the rank that you need by the end of 2026? Those of you who were in Blantyre last time, I showed you our new ranks. As a team, we want ranks that are going to help us to make a lot of money. So yes, we have those ranks of silver executive, gold executive. Yeah, we have those ranks. But me, I would love that all of us, I know some of us join to use the products, but as you've seen, much as you join to use the products, you still need the money, because even those products, they need money to buy them. So what if you are making the money from the system, you are buying the products, the system is running itself. So these are the ranks that I unleashed to you. I'm just going to, I will not share them on the screen, but I will get some time one of the mornings and I will take you through in a detailed way. You start as a distributor. A distributor, we are not meaning that you are going to be selling our products. It is a terminology in our business that when you join a new member, is called a distributor, or everyone is called a distributor. Anyone who is a member is called a distributor. Then when you introduce two people, you become an active sponsor. That means you have one person on the right, one person on the right. On the left, you become an active sponsor. Then from there, you go to the first star rank. When you become the first star rank, we call you a leader. Here, you have 25 matches. That means you have 25 on your left, 25 people on your right. These 25 can be because of you brought 50 people, or it can be because of you and the team that you have under you. From there, we go to the 2-star rank. There we call you a top leader. There you have 50 matches on the left, 50 matches on the right. And that means you already have a team of 100 people in total. And from there, you go to a 3-star rank where you are a champion leader. When you're a champion leader, you have 100 matches. That means 100 people on your left, 100 people on your right. Then from there, you got a 4-star rank where you are a superstar leader, where you have 300 matches on the left, 300 people on the left, 300 people on the right. It means you have a total of 600 members. And from there, you get a 5-star rank where you are a Millionaire Circle member. So our goal this year, if now you are a distributor, you don't have any person, our immediate goal should be for you to become an active sponsor, just to have only 2 people like this. So in 90 days that we are having, if you know you are here and you don't have anyone on your team, you should be part of the 90 days, so that in the 90 days, you are already maybe an active sponsor, or you are a leader, or you are a top leader, or you are a champion leader, or you are a superstar leader, or you are a Millionaire Circle member. Then skills. What skills do you need to have acquired by the end of 2026? 7, leadership development. How many people are you going to grow into leaders in the next 12 months? Culture. Decide what is your team going to be known for. What is your team? All of us, as you know, when you join, you become the CEO for yourself. So what is your team going to be known for? Are they committed? Are they the most excited? Are they the most inviting? Are they the ones that high attend the event? And geographic expansion. Develop a strategy to expand your business. This year, we are going to be expanding to different countries. We're going to be expanding definitely to Zambia. I want us to expand massively to Zambia. We are going to be going to Southern Africa. We are already in Southern Africa, but we are going to go to the extreme part of Southern Africa. We are going to go to South Africa. The other day, I attended the training of South Africans, and they were saying we are the Europe of Africa. So we have to show that we are the Europe of what? Of Africa. So we need to have a share on the Europe of Africa. So the people of South Africa, the Republic of South Africa, they call that South Africa the Europe of Africa. They were saying that, everyone wants to be in South Africa. It is the best of the best in Africa. So it is very important for us to have a share on the South African market. So we are going to be expanding to South Africa, to Mozambique, to Swaziland, to Namibia, all those countries we are going to be going. So it starts now. When you have those prospects there, when you have relatives there, you need to start informing them, start inviting them for our Tuesday presentation, so that by the time we go to that country, you already have a team there thinking what needs to change in your thinking. If you know, the thinking is very, very important. The thinking, Eric Worre, in fact, he brings it up as limiting beliefs. What we think, it becomes a reality. If you say, you see, everyone I talk to does not get started, they don't get started. If you see, my market is full of young people, they don't have the money, it will become a reality. But when you are on the road, the young people, they are driving themselves. So the young people, those of you who are still at university, you are going to enter their room, you are going to find they have big screens worth millions. You are going to find they have the latest iPhones, which cost a lot of money. So if those people can achieve all those gadgets, it means they can also afford the business. But the moment we tell ourselves, the thinking, we need to change the thinking. I want us to think very, very positively. Change your thinking in 2026. How do you look at our business? If everything for you are looking at challenges, you are looking at problems, that's what you are going to experience in life. So you need to look at only positivity. Events attendance. How many people are you going to bring personally to the next event? So when we have an event, it is not just for you to come and attend. How many people are you going to bring personally? Are you going to invite as you in the next event? Because some of us, we just come and attend. Some of you are giving testimonies, just come to give a testimony. No, you need to have guests. As you are giving a testimony, it carries a lot of weight. As Eric Worre says, that the person who holds the marker makes the money. If your prospects, you have 20 prospects, they see you giving a testimony, I'm telling you, they will believe you more and more and more. So the next event, set a goal. How many people are you going to bring into that event? Environment. What needs to change in your environment, in your association? This 2026, you need to associate yourself. Some of us were working in some places. If you find where you are working, most of the people, those people, you share them the business, they didn't take the business. Then you need to associate yourself slowly from them. Because if you don't, they're going to definitely make plans. You're going to find we have an event, but for them, they are making a plan maybe to go to the lake, to go to the beach. And you're going to find yourself at the beach, yet it is the day for an event. You're going to find yourself, somewhere where you are spending instead of building your business. So you need to make sure you associate yourself from people who are not moving in the same direction that you are moving. Personal development. Whom do you want to become, in this 2020 what? 2020, 2020, 2026. You know, whom do you need to become to make this income a reality? Whom do you need to become to make this income reality in 2026? Whom do you want to become? You know, because income follows value. Then, number 14, what things would you say yes to and things would you say no to? So in 2026, we need to make decisions to say yes or to say no to some of the things. And help, whom do you think you could help? Maybe on your team, maybe in your community. Whom do you think you could help? You can offer. You need to set a goal also. Don't just help because someone has come. You see, I've learned this from very successful people. Sometimes we even we think they are mean, but they spend. You know, they have to budget for what to spend. If you go there looking for help, they don't simply help you like the way we do. You know, for us, someone comes looking for the help, we have to do whatever it takes to help that person. If that person, if they have come when the budget for help is over, then you don't help the person. But if they come when the budget is there, help them. So in other words, you need, as we are starting the year, set a goal, say, I want to help whoever will come, and this amount I'm allocating, or this is how I want to help them. So as we end this, I just want to show you, you need to set an income goal. How many people, how much do you want to make in 2026? We've seen you need to double that income. You need to put that in writing. You need to affirm that every day as you work. Then we saw the habits. What habits do you need to change? Which good habits do you need to adapt? Bad habits that you need to leave. Then customers, how many customers are you going to have? As I've told you, if you are a silver, you know, you are a gold executive, you can get a customer, a friend, a relative, but don't go to look for strangers. A friend, a relative, a workmate, you know, maybe they can fall in love with coffee, sell them coffee, but we don't want you to go that you are looking for customers here and there. Or people who come and they see the business, they don't join, but they like the products, sell them the products. Recruiting, very important. Write down your personal recruit number that is in alignment with your income goal. Rank advancement, which rank do you want to achieve? Do you want to be an active sponsor? Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to be a top leader? Do you want to be a champion leader? Do you want to be a superstar leader? Or you want to be a millionaire circle member? If you are an active sponsor, you have 2 matches. You are a leader, you have 50 matches. You are a top leader, you know, rather you are a leader, you have 25 matches. You are a top leader, you have 50 matches. You are a champion, you are a champion leader, you have 100 matches. You are a superstar leader, you have 300 matches. So what is your rank this year? Which skills do you need to achieve? You know, you need to acquire. What leadership? Because, you know, how many people you are going to grow into leaders in the next 12, you know, months? What culture is your team going to be known for? Where do you want to expand your business to? In your district, you know, in your country, which regions? And then thinking, what needs to change in your thinking? Then events attendance. How many people are you going to bring personally to the next event? The environment, what needs to change in your environment? Association, personal development, you know, and finally, decision. What things would you say yes to and what things would you say no to? Lastly, help. Then I want to say God bless you. Thank you so much for following. I believe you've benefited from this training. I believe, you are not going to remain the same. I believe that 2026 is going to be a different year. 2026 is going to be a different year. 2026, we are going to break all the records, So we are going to be ending up our training with a word of prayer. And remember, today is a Wednesday. Tomorrow, we are crossing over. Those of you who go for prayers, please pray for your business, pray for your health, pray for your family. We need to make sure that 2026, there are no distractions that are going to stop us from achieving our goals. So let me welcome Professor Mary to give us a closing prayer, and then we shall call it a day. Over to you, Professor Mary.
Thank you very much, Leader Muzora, for the wonderful training on goal setting. And thank you everyone that attended this meeting.